Welcome. Starting with our top story this hour. Today, 4 of the most powerful men in the tech world will answer pointed questions from the U.S. lawmakers in a crucial antitrust hearing. The heads of Apple, Facebook, Google and Amazon are going to get grilled. The U.S. Congress is looking into whether these large companies are using their position to unfairly eliminate smaller potential competitors. The Antitrust Subcommittee is investigating several alleged abuses by each of these 4 companies: Google's control of the ad market, Facebook's acquisitions of WhatsApp and Instagram, Apple's App Store policies, and Amazon's treatment of third-party sellers. Facebook chief Mark Zuckerberg and Amazon founder Jeff Bezos will defend the internet giants that they built, painting them as U.S. success stories in a fiercely competitive world. Facebook will likely face questions about whether they have done enough to contain privacy breaches, election misinformation, and the spread of the racist and violent content. The unprecedented hearing will also feature chief executives Tim Cook of Apple and Sundar Pichai of Google and its parent firm Alphabet. As a reminder for our viewers, with the exception of Amazon's Jeff Bezos, the other 3 tech leaders have all sat before the U.S. Congress before. The high-profile probe has been going on since 2019, but will the big tech hearings lead to any change? In theory, any antitrust lawsuit in the U.S. could eventually play out with an order to break the companies up, like Standard Oil at the beginning of the 20th century and the Bell telephone system in the 1980s. 20 years ago, a court order was also supposed to break up Microsoft, though that never went through. What won't happen in the hearing is anything that has a direct impact on how or if the biggest tech companies in the world are regulated. The entire process of regulating these giant firms is a very long game, which means that the hearing won't lead, directly to regulation. In the recent years, calls for regulation of big tech giants have gotten louder, with proponents of government action arguing that tech giants have become too powerful and need scrutiny. But based on public data, it is clear that companies including Google, Amazon, Facebook, and Apple have spent a combined over $54 million on lobbying over the past 12 months. Even the amounts that have been ramped up 35% from 2015 and staggering 500% compared to 2010. According to the figures filed, both Facebook and Amazon spent a record amount on lobbying in the first 6 months of 2020 as they are bracing for the so-called techlash. The historic hearing will be live-streamed on YouTube and on the U.S. government's website, as the CEOs will testify virtually before the panel. The hearing comes as the United States takes an economic downturn. The coronavirus pandemic leaves millions of homebound workers, parents and teachers more reliant than ever on the company's online platforms to earn a living, buy groceries, stay connected, and to educate their children.